On average, the black dollar circulates for about 6 hours in the black community. We need to do better as a community to support black-owned businesses, but that's sometimes easier said than done. Before we can support black-owned businesses, we need a readily available economic search engine to be able to find those black businesses to support in our communities. The Essential Black Business app is the answer to that question. The EVA is always on the community side, meeting the community's needs with easy access.
So at the Queen's passing, everybody's been focusing on certain things that the Queen owned. And one thing they homed in on is a diamond that she owned called the Great Star of Africa. It's the largest clear-cut diamond in the world. And this particular diamond was just sitting on the crown that Queen Elizabeth was walking around with. Now, this particular diamond comes from South Africa. It has an estimated net worth of $400 million. This diamond belongs to the people of South Africa. $400 million can go a long way if it's spread out through the people of South Africa. But yet this woman was walking around with that. At the same time, South Africa, from what I researched, is actually in the British Commonwealth. I thought that was very interesting as well. Now, as I presented this question on Twitter to the brothers and sisters from South Africa, a lot of them like, man, we ain't got no food with them people in no Britain. And so we got our own issues and problems. And so we trying to deal with these issues over here. Said, but it's not that the people themselves is big to be in a Commonwealth. It is, the leaders that voted, because you have to be into this. But if you're in the Commonwealth, then now King Charles has sovereignty in that particular country, whether any Commonwealth country. And sovereignty means he don't even have any responsibility to follow any laws. He can do whatever he wants to do. And I just think that is, that bothers me, because any African country that's in a Commonwealth and having a British European as your king doesn't seem right to me. It just don't. If you want a king, let that be a black man. You want a queen, let that be a black woman, a woman of your country. I think all African nations need to reassess this Commonwealth crap that they're in, because this Commonwealth, these are former colonies that's still literally being colonized to a point, because Britain have their hands in all kind of other people's countries. You better believe that. But the question I've said online, I also want to present to the people of South Africa is, do you think you should demand your diamond back? Because the Queen is gone now, right? She's not using it. I think your diamond should be returned to you. That comes from your homeland. It's a lot of gold that the British monarchy has. The reason why the British pound is so strong is because it's backed by all the gold they stole out of Ghana. The Ghana need their gold back. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these people have no resources, none. So how is they living so much better than you in the African continent, and they have no resources? They have none. They got to go down there to your countries and get the resources. But I believe it's time for every African nation to start, and Caribbean nation, to start looking into this. Now, I heard that Antigua and Barbuda, if I'm saying it right, they're looking into getting out of the Commonwealth now, since the Queen is gone. I believe since the Queen is gone, all of y'all need to get out of it. All African Caribbean nations, get out of it. You do not need Charles to be, or King Charles now, to be your head of state. Your head of state needs to be your president or prime minister. That should be your head of state. Now, Barbados, they took that move, and shout out to Barbados for that. But you need to start pressuring your governments to say, hey, get us out of that mess. We don't want nothing to do with the British monarchy. We are fine on our own. We don't need white mommy and white daddy to be overseeing what we're doing. And then in a lot of the African and Caribbean countries, they have a special representative from the British monarchy overseeing the laws they're coming up with. Why do you need them to oversee your laws? That's still kind of colonizing you to a point. And you getting approval from the British monarchy before you can do a whole lot of things. And you wonder why some things you say, well, it seems like it's black managed, but behind the scenes, it seems like it's white ran. That's why. Any country that's in a commonwealth, you need to start questioning your leaders and say, no. In South Africa, you fought to get rid of apartheid. You don't need the British monarchy having any hands in things. And this is why what contributes to some of that issue in South Africa, because I've seen it with my own two eyes. You got now 10% of the population owning the wealth. And you feel like, well, it's gotten out of the hands of the, the whites. And say, we control it now, but why hasn't it seemed different? That's why. That's why. And it's up to my young brothers and sisters in places like South Africa and any other country in the Commonwealth that don't. Ghana's in the Commonwealth, a whole lot of them in the Commonwealth. And then Nigerian president, oh my God, the Queen. I feel so sad. The Ghanaian president too, oh, the Queen. Really? Ghana? They stole all your gold. They stole it. They got your gold literally sitting up in vaults that belongs to Ghana. Now you talking about, oh, the Queen. No. To tell Charles, give us back our gold. How about doing that? Give us back all our artifacts y'all stole. Everything you got is a stolen legacy. You the biggest thieves in the world. Everything you got, you stole. You didn't work hard for crap. You colonized all these nations all over the world. You enslaved people. There's a lot of people that were celebrating when Queen Elizabeth died. Indian people were celebrating. That was kind of funny to watch some of them videos. The Irish were celebrating. Even some Africans, the EFF definitely went in on their statement. I love the EFF's response. Shout out to Julius Malema. Now, some people may complain about some politics they disagree with Julius Malema, but Julius Malema is spot on when it comes to these white supremacists. And that's something you should be paying attention to more than anything, brothers and sisters in South Africa who could be watching. But yeah, those of you in South Africa, let me know. Do you think that your leaders should demand the great star of Africa to come back to South Africa where it belongs, to the people of South Africa? Y'all definitely let me know. And also about the being in the Commonwealth. Brothers and sisters from South Africa, they watch, because many of you are here, and shout out to you. I'll definitely be back in South Africa. I'll say in some months. I'll be back. But let me know what you think about being in the Commonwealth, because y'all shouldn't have no affiliation with the British monarchy. Hey family, make sure you join us on the new and improved AfricanDiasporaNews.org. Now, it is our uncensored and raw truth website. We have to make sure to have our own website because on social media platforms, they do have rules, and at any time they could change a rule and shut a whole genre down. Now, that would not happen to us because on AfricanDiasporaNews.org, we can speak the truth. We don't have to hold back. So make sure you join our website today.